This is Paige's costume. She was kit from the new Thundercats series. Yeah, basically her belt and her shoes. I made most of the pieces, some optimized from t-shirts or whatever. This is a push light. You can turn it on, turn it off. It shows up a lot more at night. But you just wear tights with it, and her tail is attached at the back, so it doesn't pull off. But there you go. And that's just a leotard that I painted the belly on. But all the other pieces I made from scratch. And these are just boots that she wore, and I had these attached to the back, which I would definitely do differently because she kept flipping them around. But worked out really cute. She's a very good kit. Hey, this is my husband's costume that I made last, Panthro from the new Thundercats series. His was very last minute. Some pieces were made like the belt, like the rest of them are, you know, just out of vinyl material with snaps on the back, and this is a push light. It does light up. It's hard to see, but you can see the logo on the inside. At night, they glow really well. And I just took it apart, painted it red and silver. I have it also so it's Velcro, so you can replace the batteries here. Well, there you go. And his shirt, of course, this was just a shirt I painted. Very rushed. I didn't spend as much time on some of his pieces that I did on the kids' pieces. Spikes, oh my goodness. Panthro has 32 spikes on his costume. I would have liked to have made them better, but this is what the plan of attack I went after, so that they'd be easy to get done and put on his costume. But they're just stuck through. I would have liked to have sewn them, made them look better, but they worked. His little gauntlet pieces, his fur, and the pieces here, and again, I had Velcro to attach, and it was a piece of a glove that helped so he can hold it on his hand, but the Velcro was coming apart. So if I ever make a costume like this again, I'll definitely plan it out better. This was just easier. This was existing pants that we found that worked, and then I sewed the pieces onto the belt. I made pieces from that. And then of course we have, I found some online, but they don't make them anymore, so I had to make my own nunchucks for Panthro. Anyway, that's the Panthro costume. So this is my son's costume. He was Lion-O from the new series. Pretty much made almost everything, or at least had to modify everything. The only thing that was like his pants that I used, I ended up cutting up and adding, you know, material from a shirt that worked as the fur of Lion-O's fur. Then there's fur on the, you know, the arms. That was also a shirt, but a mix of shirts. It just, sometimes it's easier to use existing pieces so that you actually know they're going to fit, and then you just modify them. But everything else I made, like the armor, I had to make my own pattern. I drew it out on the inside. The belt itself too was my own. It has, again, a push light that lights up, which, yeah, not showing you here, but you know, it does work at night. Looks really good. This too was all attached. I had this as Velcro, but it really could have just been sewn on there. And if you look on the back of this, you can see the rest of the stitch. It was just stitched on vinyl. Just planned it all out. Anyway, oh, and then his bracers down here. Of course, those were the store-bought stuff that he had. He has the big sword too, and I'm not about to try to make that if I can find it. Then we have the bracers that work on his legs. And this again, I just cut out a pattern that I made that was cardboard. Haha, pops, you know. Then just used hot glue and sewed some pieces, but that's his bracer that was on his leg. There you go. That's his Lion-O costume. Oh, do you want to see this part? This too was, you know, vinyl on top of what was a trick-or-treat, like, what was that? It's like a container that you can go trick-or-treating. It looks like a cauldron. I went through a couple different versions of this, and when I pulled out the Halloween stuff this year, I was like, oh my gosh, the cauldron's perfect for this piece. So then I just made these to attach to his costume. There you go. Okay, this was my costume. I was Chitara from the new Thundercats series, and I'm very happy in the new Thundercats series that she is not wearing a leotard. She actually has shorts and a top, so that was definitely what convinced me to make sure that I could pull this costume off. Anyway, all of her pieces besides the leggings and the leotard I had to make on her own because she was just very, very different. I did use a shirt to try to come up with a pattern that fit me so I could create the pattern, but she too has her own little, this was a mini push light, and you can sort of see that there is a Thundercat symbol in there. This is her shirt with the leather, it's a vinyl, and her leotard the leotard I had to paint the spots on. These donuts were freaking pain in the butt, but I was able to pull something off, but because of the difficulty of these, she did not get them on her feet or her ankles, where she does actually have those on her ankles. But to get them on, I had to have them be able to break apart like this, so it does look kind of like a donut, and I had to sew the edges this way so that it looked more more tighter, like armor would, like the way in her costume is done. And then of course this is just snaps, and you can see the inside of that there. Her pants, it's pretty self-explanatory. I just kind of tried to make a pattern that would work with the style of her costume. These weird armor, which I don't know how these are supposed to be armor for anybody, but they go on her knee, which I never found a way to really attach it. So if I stood up straight, they actually looked correct, but if I bent at all, they would kind of go awkward. So what I ended up doing for the feet was this would come apart so I could sit down or whatever right here. But then for the feet here, they're really just some things to cover up that I actually had heels on because I didn't want to go barefoot. So I just had some heels, so I had a little bit of height because she's pretty tall. Let's see what else. I had a stick. This stick I ended up cutting shorter. I didn't really carry it around that much, but it was kind of cool to pose for pictures. The back of her shorts, let's see, she has her little fanny pack and her stick as if it was small before she extends it out. So I was trying to be accurate to the costume. I think that's about it. I found an awesome wig that was perfect for Chitara. Just found it on eBay, fairly inexpensive, but it was the right color and everything. So that's it. That's my Chitara costume.